Hello and welcome to another episode of The Tipping Point, the UFC stat show right here on the Monkmatics channel. I am your host Monk, aka the Monkmatician, and in this video, we focus on one particular fight. And this week it's going to be coming up for UFC Vegas 38, Thiago Santos against Johnny Walker. That's the fight we're going to focus on. If you are one of the undecided, Thiago Santos, Johnny Walker, I don't know what to do. Maybe after this video, I will tip you in the right direction. That is my hope. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Thiago Santos, Johnny Walker. This is going to be a light heavyweight fight. Thiago Santos, 6'2", 76-inch reach, orthodox fighter, 37 years old, 21-9 professionally, 13-8 in the UFC, 26.67% of Santos' fights do go to decision. 60% of his fights have been ended by KO, TKO, 15 wins, 3 losses. He has 1 sub win as well and 3 sub losses in his pro career. His average fight time in the UFC, 8.16 minutes. That's 16th quickest out of 39 in the light heavyweight division. He has a 7.91 ass whoop index. That is 8th highest out of 39. He has the 8th highest power index as well, 1.78. That's a huge number. And Chindex, not so good, 0.75. This is like golf. You want this to be 0, okay? The further it is from 0, the worse of a chin that you have. 0.75, 27th out of 39 in the light heavyweight division. Kind of chinny there. Johnny Walker on the other side. 4 inches taller than Santos, 6'6", 6 inches of reach more, 82-inch reach. Orthodox fighter, 29 years old, 18-5 professionally, 4-2 in the UFC. 8.7% of Johnny Walker's fights have gone the distance, 1 win, 1 loss. 78.26% of his professional fights have ended by KO, TKO. 15 wins, 3 losses, just like Santos. And then he does have 2 sub wins, 1 sub loss. His average fight time in the UFC, second quickest in the light heavyweight division, 3.77 minutes. 22 minutes of fight time in 6 fights, you guys. His ass whoop index in the UFC, 1.96. It's not too bad. 23rd in the division, though. 3.53 power index. That is the highest in the division, and it is double Thiago Santos' power index number. That Chindex, though, oof, you don't even want to look over there. Should we even look over there? 3.8. That is the second highest in the division. Not a good number. Not a category you want to be second highest in. But he did get knocked down like 3 times by, who the heck was it? Ryan Spann. I knew it was Ryan Spann. I didn't want to say it. 2 or 3 times, yeah. Odds, let's see. Santos, minus 160 he opened up. He's currently plus or minus 173. A little bit of line movement there. Johnny Walker opened plus 132. He's currently plus 143. This is a minus 398 fight. Does not go to decision. Plus 280, it does go to decision. I have no inside the distance lines yet on this one, but I did see Thiago Santos plus 420, brother. Winner by decision. Johnny Walker plus 700, winner by decision. I'm capping this fight according to stats and a bunch of other things that I put into a formula. 51.5% for Santos, 48.5% for Walker. That might change, though, throughout this week. To be honest, I'm looking for any excuse to put money on Johnny Walker. I think he's trying to put it all together here. Santos coming off a 3-fight skid. I don't know. Might just have to sit back and enjoy this one. Some finish numbers here. 11 KO wins by Santos in the UFC. 11 out of his 13 UFC wins. Knockout wins. 4 for Johnny Walker. 4 out of his 4. Every win he has. A knockout TKO victory. Round finishing data. Look at this here. 14 round 1 finishes between these guys. 14. 4 round 2 finishes and 3 round 3 finishes. Ass whooping index there. Some pretty okay numbers. Nothing really that jumps out. Johnny Walker's second highest ass whoop index in his finish wins. Destroying people in the first round when he wins. Basic striking data for Thiago Santos. Anytime I say strikes, I mean significant strikes. Santos lands 4.27 strikes per minute, 14th highest in the light heavyweight division, 48.5% accuracy. He only gets hit with 2.33 strikes per minute, 55.5% striking defense. Those are top 10 numbers right there. Has a huge striking differential, 1.94 landed per minute differential, 5th best in the light heavyweight division. He has a 3.98% striking efficiency, 11th highest, and he fights 65% of his total fight time at distance. When he throws over 100 strikes, which has happened in 6 of his, 21 UFC fights, he lands about the same, 420, and he wins 4 out of 6 of those fights. Johnny Walker lands 3.75 strikes a minute at a 77% accuracy, 2nd highest in the division. Gets hit with 3.49 strikes per minute at a 36.8% defense. Striking differential just barely over the break-even point, 0.27, 20th out of 39 in the division. Has a great striking efficiency, though, 14.07, and that is a function of that very high accuracy. He's fought only 24.25% of his total fight time at distance, however, which is not a very Johnny Walker thing to do. Knockdown data, 13 knockdowns in the UFC for Thiago Santos. That is a rate of 1.14 per 15 minutes. He's won 90% of the fights in which he's scored a knockdown. 3 knockdowns against for Santos, 0.26 knockdowns against per 15 minutes. He has lost 66% of the fights in which he has been knocked down. Johnny Walker, on the other side, 3 knockdowns in his career, 1.99 knockdowns per 15. That's the highest knockdown per 15 rate in the light heavyweight division. 3 knockdowns against, however, as well. That is also a 1.99 knockdown against per 15 minutes, 3rd highest in the division. Not something you want to see. Basic takedown data. Santos lands only 0.7 takedowns per 15 minutes. That's about a little below average for the light heavyweight division. At a 38% accuracy, he gets 1.66 takedowns landed against him per 15 minutes at a 66% defense. So not too great, but about average for the division, maybe a little bit above. Let's see, he has a 4% takedown efficiency rate. Not too bad. Johnny Walker, no offensive takedowns. Hasn't even thrown one in his UFC career. Has a 50% takedown defense. His opponent's 9.6 takedown shooting rate on him. Both guys with a negative takedown landed per 15 differential. So we're not really looking for too many takedowns in this fight, I don't think. Basic control time data. Both of these guys get out-controlled, one much more than the other. Santos, 14, almost 15% control time for, 20% against. Let's see, he spends 34.84% of his total fight time inside the distance, only controls 42.45% of that grappling time. He has an okay get-up time of 108 seconds, and he has a very good hold-down time, 190 seconds. That's 8th longest in the division. Those numbers should not be taken as gospel, but more of an estimate of kind of what you're looking at. Johnny Walker control time, 16% for. Not bad there. 60% against. That is very poor. Gets controlled like 4-1, pretty much. He spends 75, almost 76% of his total fight time fighting inside the distance. Only controls 21% of that fight time. Has a pretty low get-up time, 135.5 seconds. Has a very good control time activity rate, though. When he is in control, he's doing a lot of work. Submission data. 0 for 1 for Thiago Santos. He's been I don't even know, 4 of 7 submissions against him have gone through. Or no, 3 of 7 have gone through. No submissions for Johnny Walker. A couple of reversals for these guys. And then some advanced significant striking data. Pretty much going to Walker here. I mean, there's a lot of these in which he's the number 1 accuracy in the entire division. Some of that is a function of very low volume. So we'll kind of, you got to kind of take that with a grain of salt. But some of these defensive numbers are actually very good as well. So leaning Johnny Walker on this end, but the volume thrown definitely goes to Santos. And in fact, offensively, the volume landed pretty much goes to Santos as well. Striking efficiency and differentials. Positive numbers across the board for Santos, except for inside the distance. Johnny Walker, very good efficiency numbers, except for body striking. He's got a 15% head striking efficiency, 40% leg strike efficiency, 34% distance striking efficiency. Very, very good numbers here. But the differentials are all going to Santos from everywhere. Over 1 head strike landed per minute differential. 0.67 strikes from at distance, half a strike in the clinch, half a strike in the body, half a strike in the legs, ground strikes. I mean, Santos has the differentials everywhere here. Advanced striking percentages. We're going to kind of use these numbers to see if our fighters are headhunters or not. And in fact, Thiago Santos is the opposite of that. 68.68% of all strikes Santos has thrown have been to the head. Almost 16% to the body and 15.5% to the legs. Only 64% of the strikes he's thrown have been at distance. 25% on the ground. Ground and pound. Mahete Santos, baby, the sledgehammer. Johnny Walker on the other side, much more of a headhunter. 88% of his strikes thrown have gone to the head. Only 5 to the body and only 6 to the legs. Look at this, though. 31% at distance. 58% of all strikes thrown by Johnny Walker have been from the ground. First in the division, and it's not even close, I'm sure. This is crazy. Look at these ground strikes. That's nuts. And then the last 5. Santos, as I mentioned, 2 and 3 in his last 5. Walker's 3 and 2. We're kind of switching off as far as these numbers go. Walker has the better offensive numbers when it comes to striking, but Santos has the defensive numbers. Santos also has all the takedown numbers, while Walker has basically all of the control time numbers, except for that control time against, which is absolutely atrocious. Walker has an even differential as far as striking goes, a huge negative 4.35 takedown per 15 differential. That is crazy low. And a huge negative 48% control time differential in the past 5. That's awful. Negative 5.63 ass whoop index. The only good number here is his power index, 2.67. Chindex is one of the worst I've ever seen at a 4. I mean, Johnny Walker. It's going to be hard to put money on this guy in this fight, honestly. It's going to be really difficult. Santos has the positive differential for striking, has a negative takedown differential, but not even close to what Johnny Walker's is. Same thing with control time. Has a decent ass whoop index, 2.51, good power index of 1.77, and then that Chindex has only improved in his last 5, has not been knocked down in his last 5 fights, while Walker's been knocked down 3 times. Categorical trends, Walker is trending down pretty much everywhere that he's not completely even. He's trending down. I mean, it's not by a lot, but it is something. Santos, however, trending down, striking very low, 11% defense. Or his striking is taking 11% dip striking defense. Strikes landed per minute has gone down by almost 1 in his last 5. He has improved his takedown defense and accuracy, but that probably will not come into play in this fight, as we talked about. Last 5 professional record. We're going on the strength of schedule. I do pull outside of the UFC for these numbers, however, not necessary in this case. It's Thiago Santos just completely owning the strength of schedule numbers here, and it's not really close. And the thing of it is, Johnny Walker does not have bad numbers. I mean, these are pretty good numbers. I mean, we're top 10 numbers across the board for the card. Not too bad. But Thiago Santos has the highest strength of schedule on the board. Top 1 and top 2 numbers across the board as far as ratios go. It's not even close. Thiago Santos with the strength of schedule here. I mean, and look at these names. We can play the name game as well. Rakic, who's going to be fighting for a title possibly if he gets past Anthony Smith. I hope not. Glover Teixeira fighting for a title. John Jones is John Jones. Jan Blachowicz, champ in the light heavyweight division. He got a win over Jan Blachowicz before he won the title. And then a win over Jimmy Manawa as well. I mean, these are good wins. That John Jones fight was very close. The Alexander Rakic fight was extremely close. 0.08 ass whoop index. That's basically an even fight. That's about as even as you can get. I mean, you play the name game with Johnny Walker over here, Ryan Spann, Nikita Krylov, Corey Anderson, Misha Serkin. So some okay names, but we're not talking about guys that are going for titles here like we are with Santos. Every single guy he's fought, with the exception of Jimmy Manawa, is either a title holder, former title holder, or is going to be fighting for a title. Or at least a very top contender. So you play the name game there, and Johnny Walker doesn't win that either. We'll get into some graphs before we finish this out. Strikes landed per minute. Thiago Santos is trending down. His opponent's also trending down. But for the time being, his average is above his opponent's average. Takedowns landed per 15. He's trending way down. Opponent's trending up. But both for and against are both below 1 per 15 minutes. So, not very much volume offensively or defensively as far as takedowns go. And then control time, pretty much 0 for Mahete. And then his opponents are trending up. Glover Teixeira absolutely dominated him as far as control time goes. And then Rakic as well had a big part in that. So we'll see. We probably won't have much control time to worry about, like we said, in this fight. Going to be a striking battle. Johnny Walker, speaking of striking, trending way down as far as his numbers go. Perfectly even with his opponents as far as average per minute. Takedowns, nothing to speak of. His opponent's trending way up. 4.35 landed per 15, as we discussed. And then control time, guys, it's not even close. 65% control time against in his last 5 fights. I mean, that means he's been controlled for 65% of his last 5 fights. And then 17% control time for. It's pretty even keel. He's not even, that's his average. And it's basically not moving at all. So not great looking graphs here from Johnny Walker. I mean, we'll finish it out with this visual statistical recap. Walker with the better striking accuracy, and that's about it. Santos has him dominated everywhere else. Fight finishing metrics. Santos has the better chin. Walker has the better power, win percentage, and Shindex, which is just like a Chindex, but for submissions. I'm just lazy and I didn't want to think of anything else. And then the strength of schedule is all Santos, and it's not really even close, even though Walker's, like we said, is pretty good. Aggregate win-loss and finish rates. We'll finish it up here. Professionally, these guys are finishers. 84.5% of all wins in their professional careers have come by way of finish. 71% losses. And then you won't move over to the UFC, where it's usually lower numbers. Guys are harder to finish for the most part. It's the upper echelon, the best of the best. And their finish rate in wins actually goes up 4% to 88%. Finish rate in losses goes down about 10%, but we're still over 50. We're at 60% here. 88% of their wins, of their UFC wins, which is 17 wins, have been knockout finishes. 60% of their 10 losses have been knockout losses. So I'm not thinking this one goes the distance, y'all. But I don't really know what kind of a number. Well, I do know. I can just look. Minus 400 fight doesn't go to distance, or doesn't go to decision. So I don't know how much value you are really going to get on that. But I'm sure we can find somewhere else to put money in that fight. All right, guys, we did it. That's going to do it. If you were undecided, hopefully looking at those stats tipped you in one way or the other. Like I said, I was initially trying to find a spot to put money on Johnny Walker. He is the underdog. I'd be getting plus money on him. But, I mean, after talking and looking through all those numbers that we just saw, how could I really do that? He definitely has his advantages, but Johnny Walker's path to victory is going to be, pretty much his path to victory in all his other fights, getting a quick knockout or just a freak knockout, like landing that one shot, flying knee, some kind of kick, something out of nowhere on Santos that's going to drop him, back him up, and then allow Johnny Walker to ground and pound or try to get a quick finish, because I mean, if Santos can take what Johnny Walker's given him, this is going to be a long night for Walker, I think. So as of now, I can't put any money on Walker. I just don't see it, especially at that plus 143. Maybe if the line gets a little wider, it'd be worth doing something. But as of now, I'm really leaning Maheta here, the sledgehammer, Thiago Santos. So again, guys, thanks for joining me. That was the tipping point. Be sure to check out my other videos. I did break down all 7 fights on the prelims for UFC 38 or UFC Vegas 38 rather, and all 6 fights for the main card of UFC Vegas 38, including this one, Thiago Santos and Johnny Walker. But be sure to get your fight tape in. Guys, this is a Kevin Holland fight week. This is a Nico Price fight week. This is an Aspen Ladd fight week. Devontae Smith should be an exciting fight. Douglas Silva de Andrade should be an exciting fight. Casey O'Neill, we got Joe Selecki. So we got a lot of people here that have proved to be pretty exciting fighters that we're going to be able to see more of. So I'm pretty excited for UFC Vegas 38. I hope you are too. Have a great week. Enjoy the fights, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace out, guys.